These are potato plants. When did we plant these? About almost 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Almost 2 months ago. And we've spaced them probably about every 2 to 3 foot. No, it's all right. It'll be okay. And then once the rain starts hitting them, they start coming up really good. We probably got about 4 foot in between the 2 rows. We could have gone further than that, but we wanted enough room where we could run like a lawnmower or a tiller down through here, have enough room to walk. These are snap beans, coming up pretty good. Whenever these get mature, then it will be picking them like every other day, every 2 days. No, till the plants die. Whenever the top of the plants die, that's when you can harvest the potatoes at any time. But whenever they've reached their maximum size, whenever the plant is finished growing a potato, the top of the plant will die.
Okay.
That's when you pull them up. That's when you pull them up and start pulling them. Yeah, we still got snap beans coming up. That one there just took a little bit longer.
It could have been deeper down in the soil too.
Yeah. Then that plant over there is probably 6 inches. There's like 3 of them right there. I planted these kind of thick.
Yeah, you don't hurt none. And you know what I had noticed too? Because one of these rows, didn't we plant some of the leftover zucchini and or the squash in with
Yeah.
it? They ain't even come up
They
at
ain't
all.
come up either. Our squash is not coming up hardly at all. We planted over here like a zucchini and squash about every 2 feet, and most of them have not come up. I don't know what the problem is. We've got a plant there. We've got one coming up there and another one coming up there. But through here and the one there,
Through here it came up pretty good.
we planted on about every 18 inches to 2 feet. Then I was going to come back and thin the plants out.
Might have one in here that
Yeah, there was like 2 or 3. There's another plant. Yeah, this is how far we planted them, from there to there. That's about how far we planted them. So those 2 come up, but we've got like 3 seeds through here that haven't sprouted yet. The corn is sprouted and is starting to come up. There's some small corn stalks.
need some more to come up.
There's one. And so far right now this is about, I don't know, about 4 or 5 inches tall. We got another one coming up right there. And then our potatoes. The snap beans would be good for eating right then, and you can can them, jar them, whatever you want to call them. Put them up in jars and preserve them for during the winter time. You could just boil them. You pick them whenever they're a little bit immature, just boil them, serve them with a meal. And then the potatoes, you can keep them stored for months. I've seen them stay stored for 4 or 5 months if you keep them in a cool, dry place, out of sunlight. Keep the temperature stable. Don't get them too hot, and they'll stay good until, I've seen potatoes stay good until all the way time to plant them again in January and February. Most of the time you plant potatoes in February, but I've seen them start sprouting eyes in like January. So you've got a short-term plant here that you can cook right off the bat whenever you harvest it or preserve it. And then you've got a plant over here that's the same thing. You can cook it right when you harvest it, or you can just store it as is and save it to eat months later on. Here are our tomato plants. This one here I think has been in the pot for about 2 weeks. These here have been in the pot for about a week, and they've already looked like they've grown an inch or 2 since we put them in. I think these have been in this pot for about 2 weeks. I've got some Miracle Grow organic potting soil I'm gonna put around them. Right now they're just planted in some old horse manure. I need to put some other stuff in there with them. But those grape tomatoes are high producers. They produce a lot of tomatoes. And this is the big beef tomato. It looks like it's grown another couple inches since last week. And here's another big beef. And here's the patio tomato. And I really like these patio tomatoes. They put out a lot of tomatoes for the size. And there's a little bit of mold off of an oak tree. Okay. But anyway, I'm starting to get my first bloom on the tomato plant. It's right there in the middle. And it's just now starting to open up, get ready to form the first tomato.